Guys, welcome back. Now I want to start creating the video upload functionalities, and this is one of the most interesting parts of this series. We'll be using JavaScript ajax to upload files. In this video you will learn how to upload files with ajax, you learn how to implement the drag and drop file upload functionalities, and also you learn how to use JavaScript to implement your ajax. Most cases people use jQuery to implement ajax, which is very simple to do, but in this very video we're going to be using vanilla JavaScript to implement our ajax functionalities. And so that was most of our time. Let's get started and start implementing all this. So first of all, we'll create the view to display the file. So we just call that upload view, and this is just a normal view to render our page. Alright, this is just to render the page. There's nothing more, so we'll come back to the view later. So let's quickly create a URL for this view. Let's save this and head over to our URL file. Then let's import the upload view. Alright, so create our path for it. Give it a name. Alright, so save this file now, and let's create in our template file, let's create the file. We'll call it file upload.html. So let's head over to template. Alright, so here we just quickly bring in our base file. I think I can just grab from the previous view. Okay, let me just grab this markup. Okay, so loading our base, loading static, but this is going to be upload, video upload. Alright, so we have our block, and let's close our block. Okay, so let's quickly test this out. Let's put an h1. So let's head to the URL. Let's close this, we don't need it anymore. Okay, so we can render our file upload page now. So let's quickly build up the upload form and drag and drop box. Alright, so now we'll go to our HTML, self-test, take out the test. Grid, so we're using CSS, so use the grids. So we're going to build out the upload console now. This upload console is where we're going to put in the upload form and also the drag and drop box. So we want this to span up 2 columns. Let's give it test dash large, and here we're going to write in our test. If with a class of, I can call it upload dash file body, and this we're going to give this an ID. It's going to call upload area. So here we're going to create another h3 heading 3, and this we're going to call this select. For a video you have to specify Then we have to create the form for the standard upload. Remember, we are having to upload the form, and the form, I'm going to give it a method which is going to be post. Also, we need to pass in the end type, which is also a multi-part / font data. Alright, so we have to bring in our CFRS token, and in this standard form upload, file upload, we're going to be using just HTML form. We can also use the Django form. All you just need to do is to pass in your ID attributes through the widget to the Django form, but we're going to be using HTML form, which make it very simple, which is very simple to implement. Alright, so we're going to have an input field, which is a file, a type of file. Alright, it's going to be file. The ID, which is very important, we've been needing this for the ajax score. I want to make sure I'm not using duplicate ID. Okay, I've not used this ID before, so we can use it. That's for that. Then we need the submit button, which is an input, the type of submit, and the value, we just call it upload video. I'm also going to give it an ID, which we're going to call standard. Call it standard upload. Alright, that's for the form. Don't forget, let's pass in our CSRF token here. Okay, so like I said, so now we want to create a div, which we're going to give it a class of drop zone. Let me check. Okay, call it a class of upload. That's drop. Okay, there's going to be the bus for drag and drop, so we'll give it an ID of drop zone. So here we're just going to say just drag. Okay, I have little custom CSS for this drop area. Obviously, once we upload our file, the logic is once we upload the file, once the file finish uploading, we want this drop area to change. If you take out the form and this drop zone, and we populate this very field with a new form, and that form we're going to put it in this div, which is going to give it a class of video info. Get the video info form into this div. So we'll give this div an ID because we'll be using this ID ajax to access this ID, which we're going to call upload. Okay, that's for that. So we'll leave this here now. We'll come back to it later. We need a div with a class of bar. Yeah, we're going to put in our progress bar. We'll create another div, another class of progress bar, and this we want to give it an ID of bar fill. In here we want to create another div which we're going to call bar test. This bar fill test is where you're going to as we're going to put in the percentage if it's already in 50% or 40%, so this is going to keep track of that. Alright, so that will be there. So that's for the upload, for our markup. Then outside the first grid, inside this control outside this upload console, here is where we're going to put in the complete upload file. So once the file finish uploading, it redirects and we populate this upload console with a new form where you can put in the title and the description and all that. Then while the upload and process video will be in this div at the right side of your grid. So you have your process video and gear class of upload complete. So like upload complete of upload finish. Okay, that's for that. So the little CSS I have for this, so let's go to our custom CSS. I think I already have it there. I'll just walk you through it. And a static file, go to CSS, the custom CSS, and then yeah, look at it, the upload console, which is this class name, upload console. We give it a little padding, we give it a border also, I'll give it a little background color, a custom background color, and also the upload header, give it a space. Then the form, will give it a little custom margin button of 20 pixels. Then the drop area, we give it a height of 200. We want it to take the full width of the two grid columns, so we didn't specify a width for it, so it will take the full width of the two grid column. Then light and test align and all that. That's for the drop zone. Then we'll create a class here. This class is not visible now. We'll call it inside the drop upload drop. We added the class. Then this very class will use JavaScript to dynamically add it to the upload console. Not the upload console, the upload drag area. Once the user drags in the file into this area, we want to add that drop class, and that drop class is simply going to make the border color, change the border color, also change the color of the text, so that you can know when you are uploading and when you are dragging something, you have the feel of you are dragging something into the box. Bar text, we specify a width of for the bar, that the progress bar, we specify a width of 100%. Give it a little padding. I'll give it a background color of a kind of light gray, a kind of a cornflower blue, starting at a width of 0%. So it's going to increase as the file begins to upload. This now, if we save this, so you see what we are trying to build up. Save everything here. Just head back and refresh. Alright, you can see I know it's not looking so well. You can see choose a file. This is a custom normal upload. For some reason our button is not properly styled, so let's quickly give him some custom style. Alright, let's give it a class, just some few things with CSS class. Let's save this and see. Okay, I think it's better now. That's for the upload button. Let's give it a little over effect, so we can just also use theme CSS for that. I say and darken this gray bit. Okay, so if we head back to our view and refresh, you can see okay, it's not, we are not really getting, you can get that sort out. So this heading, let's just apply some class to this different heading. Yeah, this HTML, just give it a little class. So let's say test CSS class. So let's save it and let's just give it a little. Okay, select video to upload. Probably there's no need for this very first heading, so we can take out this heading and just use this single heading. But I guess it's better this way. Alright, so you can select file to upload. That's working. So now the drag and drop and you can see the progress bar because it's not filled yet. So let's test our progress bar. So if we head back to our CSS, you can see this the width percentage of the progress bar is 0. If we change it to, let's say, 40 and we save and you come back to it, you can see the progress bar fill is taking shape. Alright, so this is what we'll be doing with JavaScript. So let's change it back to 0. So we'll head over to our JavaScript folder here. So we're going to create the script, call it upload underscore script. The way we are going to do it, we're going to have two scripts. One is going to handle the kind of extra JavaScript logic, while the other one will specifically handle the ajax call to keep our JavaScript code more organized. I'll test if it's working fine, if it's well connected. I think we called it extra. It's called extra block, the extra body, something like that. Can grab it from here. Yes. So all custom JavaScript will go into this extra body block. So we just paste it here, and within this extra body, we're going to link our script that we just created. Alright, so that's linking our JavaScript file. Okay, so let's refresh and check our console. Alright, our page is getting our JavaScript file, so it's working. That means the JavaScript is well connected. So we get that set as we can go back to. Right, so yeah, we're going to use a little closure, or we can call it iffy, which is going to organize our code a bit. So yeah, we're going to put in our function. Yeah, I believe you guys know this already. So we're creating something like a private function, or you can call it iffy, immediately invoke function. Here we're going to keep all our JavaScript logic that is relating to grabbing the file from the form and from the drop zone and passing it over to the ajax script that will run the ajax and all that. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So first of all, we have to grab the form. If we come to our form here, the very first form, we have this file, and where we have the ID of file upload. That's good. So we'll grab that, and also the upload and submit button. Also we have an ID for it, I guess, which is called standard upload. So we're going to grab this because we want to add an event listener to the button, which is going to be listening for a click event. So first of all, we have to grab it. We're going to say you can use the let, or you can use your normal var standard. This is standard upload. You can use document.get element by ID. Okay, so we are grabbing the ID of the getting the bot. You can also grab the drop zone. I saying let's call it drop. Let's call it drop zone. It's also going to be document.get element by ID. The ID alright, so we want to grab the drop zone, the idea of the drop zone upload. We're going to access the standard upload variable that we defined up there. We're going to add an event listener to it. This is actually basic JavaScript. I believe you guys can do all this. So we're going to listen for a click event or a callback function. Alright, so this is a click event. We're going to pass in the event and parameter to it. Normally for the standard upload, which is the standard form upload, we need to prevent the browser default upload. So we're going to say the prevent default, alright, to prevent the normal default upload. And once we hit the button, we want to grab the form data. So we're going to do that. We're going to say we're going to define it here. Say let equals to file to upload, which is also going to be document dot get element by ID. The ID, alright, that's for that. And then if you console log this now, it will give you the element, which is the input element, and we don't want the input element, we just want the file that's in input element, and we need to access that by putting dots. Alright, so when we want to save this and we get back to our browser and refresh, we go back again and pick a file. We're getting undefined. Okay, sorry, dot files is dot files. Remember, when you are posting the file in the normal request dot file, so you're getting the files, so you don't put, you make it pro. If you pick a file now, once you hit the upload, you can see we are getting the file that we just upload. You see the file list, we have just one file, length is 1. You can see the file name, which is an animated YouTube like button. You can see everything, the type, which is what, MP4. So that's for the file upload. So we are able to grab the file whenever the user clicks on the button, the submit button. We prevent the default, we grab the file. So we are going to pass this file now that we have to a function which we've not created yet, which is called start upload. This is the function that is going to handle our ajax. Is coming, that's going to pass the file to the ajax. So this is start upload, which is going to pass in this file to upload. We've not created this function yet. We'll define this function in a minute. So that's for the standard upload. So let's just quickly define this function here. It's just a simple function, start upload, which is equal to a function which is going to receive one argument, file. Here we can just console log file. Also, so this is start upload file function. We are passing the file, which is we are getting from our form here, to this file upload function script. Let's refresh, and then if we grab that file again, and we hit upload, we also get the file. That means the function, the start upload function, is actually receiving the file. Alright, so that's for that. So that's about, we'll come back to that. So next we have to work on the drop zone. Zone is going to have like kind of 3 events. We're going to listen for, first of all, the drag drop zone dot on drag over, which we're going to listen for when the user drags in the, it's going to, once we drag the file into, we want to add that custom class that we set. So we're going to access this referring to the drop zone, and add a class name. Remember the previous class was upload, I think upload and drop. You want to add the drop class to it, class, Then once we do that, we want to return false because we don't want the script to keep running. So we return false, so kind of quit here. Alright, so that's for this. Then when on drag leave, we're also listening for drop zone dot on drag leave. We're also removing a class, so referring to this to mean upload drop only. Go back to our browser and we just refresh. Once we refresh for a test, let's quickly open. Okay, we'll drag. If you drag, you can see when we drag over, you can see the border color change and the text color change. When we drag out, it changes. So this gives you the feel that you're actually dragging an item into the drag box. You can see. So next, which is we're going to call the drop zone, the drop on drop, I mean. The function which is going to take an event parameter. Yeah. Alright, this event parameter gives us a lot of data. So let's just console .log the event, and let's try and drag another element. If we drag, alright, sorry, we didn't prevent defaults, that's why it's taking the default shape. So we have to prevent defaults. But if you check your console, you can see the drag event is working. It has this, is true. It has the data transfer and also screen size and all that. But what we need is the data transfer property that we need now. So we're going to grab the data transfer property, and also we need to prevent default. Says the data transfer. That's the the data transfer. Alright, so if we do this now, let's console and see what we are getting. Now if we refresh this, and let's try and drag another file over, you can see our drag on. If we leave, you see that we didn't get the default because we prevented the default loading. And you can see our data transfer for this files feed, this files property, because this files property is what going to give us our file. It contains the file that we just uploaded. So what we're going to do is e.datatransfer.files. Alright, this gives us the file property. If we save it and just try it one more time, you can see now we are getting only the file that we just uploaded. If we're going to do secondly, is just to pass this file to our start upload function, because this start upload function is expecting a file parameter. So the file we're going to pass in is the that you see. Okay, so now when we drag and drop, we get access to the file that was dragged to the drag and drop console. If we use the standard upload, we also have access to the file that the user uploaded. So in whichever case, you see the start upload is receiving the file. So in this start upload, that's where we're going to pass this start upload, and this start upload function is going to pass the file and the token to the ajax call that we're going to be making in a second. And this video is already getting too long. At this point, we are able to design our templates and use JavaScript to get hold of our files. So I'll stop this video here now. In our next video, we'll see how we're going to create the ajax and functionalities, and try and pass the files from these start upload functions to the ajax call. Alright.